Greetings to you, my brothers and sisters in Christ. It is the day that the Lord has made, and we must rejoice and be glad in it. I am Pastor Brandon Crowley, the senior pastor of the Myrtle Baptist Church of West Newton, and I'm here to bring you another episode of our pastor's vlog. Today I want to talk about the spirit of stones. A lot of us have a lot of stones in our lives. And in the text that we're going to be talking about today in the book, the Gospel according to St. John chapter 11, the text reveals that Lazarus has died. And as a result of him dying, his sisters put him in a tomb, and they put a stone in front of the tomb in order to block the smell and to block the body from being exposed to the air outside. So this stone is what separated this stone was the separation between life and death. This stone was the separation between yesterday and tomorrow. And so Mary and Martha start crying, say to Jesus, if you had been here, Lazarus would not have died. And Jesus says, I am the resurrection and I am the life. And Jesus says, you just need to have faith in me. Jesus walks up to the cave, he walks up to the tomb, and he says in verse 38, St. John chapter 11 verse 38, then Jesus, again groaning in himself, came to the tomb. It was a cave, and a stone lay against it. Jesus said, take the stone away. There was one thing blocking Jesus' miracle from being made manifest. There was one thing blocking Lazarus from living again. It was the stone. The stone that had been placed there in tradition to keep the dead from the living. And brothers and sisters, there's some of us, we have some stones in our lives. We've been hurt, we've been disappointed, we've been brokenhearted, we've been in bad relationships, and we have a stone. But you can't heal until you move that stone away. And it's not God's responsibility to remove that stone. You've got to remove the stone so that God can bring you back to life again. I don't know what your stone is, you know. I don't even have to go down a regular pastoral preaching homiletical list of stones. You know what stone you're dealing with, because that stone is sitting on your heart right now. That stone is keeping you from being productive. That stone is allowing you to remain lazy. That stone is prohibiting you from succeeding. That stone is keeping you from getting to know yourself, therefore you can't even know others. And it's time to remove that stone so that God can awaken your spirit and bring you back to life again. Now, here's the difficult part. Martha, like many of us, the sister of Lazarus who was dead, said to him, Lord, there's a stench because Lazarus has been dead for 4 days. Here's a warning for you. I just want you to know this before you remove the stone of your life. When you remove the stone, you're going to encounter some stinking situations. Because you've been so locked up and you've been so hurt that being exposed to life again may cause you to want to go back to death because you've been conditioned to living in dead situations. That's why some churches lie dormant for years and never come back to life, because they've been in the cave with the door shut for so long. And to open the door means that they have to be exposed to the smells of life outside of their cages and their caves of suburban bliss and traditionalism. You've got to deal with the stench when you want to live again. And here, look at what Jesus says to her. I did not say to you that if you would believe, you would see the glory. Did I not say to you that if you would believe, you will see the glory of God? Brothers and sisters, removing the stone out of your life requires faith. Because you have to have the faith that when you move the stone, that God is going to bring the thing that's been lying dormant in you back to life again. And so they took the stone from the place where the dead was laying, and Jesus lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank you that you have heard me. Here's the last point I want to say to you. Notice here that when they moved the stone, Jesus starts rejoicing as if God has already answered the prayer. Lord, I know you've heard me. And that's what you've got to do. Lord, I know you've heard and seen my tears. I'm removing the stone. Lord, make me whole again. Lord, make me over. You know my other side. I can no longer hide. Lord, make me over. But God can't make you over until you remove the stone. God can't make you over until you remove the mask. God can't make you over until you stop hiding behind the personality that you've created to camouflage the person that you really are. Get the stone out of the way and get back to living. Take care. God bless. May heaven smile upon you.